Hey, good morning, Bilal.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. Media, we're joined by Bilal Nichols, and we can get underway. Mark Potash.
Hey, Bilal. How does the progress you've made at Nose translate to End, where presumably you'll be next year when Eddie comes back?
Um, it's different. With nose, you got a lot less of space to work with. Whereas, with end, you got a little bit more time to recover if you have bad feet work or whatever the case may be. So, with playing nose, you got to be a lot more precise. And that's one thing that I watch film on Eddie Goldman, and I seen that he does. He's very detailed in everything he does. His footwork is impeccable. Like everything is like darn near perfect. So that's just something that I try to work on it. And it helped me out because now when I get to end, I'm a lot quicker with a lot of my moves because I'm just used to being in there and it being a lot more tighter.
So, needless to say, I mean, you feel like the progress you've made, it will make you a better End next year. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, most definitely. And it just, give me an opportunity to show my versatility to be able to, play that nose, the end, or wherever the case may be, or wherever I'm needed at.
Thank you.
JJ.
Bilal, I'm curious as you guys get, back to practice this week, what the message from Coach Nagy, from Coach Pagano has been about the Jaguars, seeing as they're, they have one win, like they're maybe more committed as a franchise to getting Trevor Lawrence next year. I'm seriously knowing what just happened to the Steelers and the Rams recently.
Yeah, well, I mean, one thing you got to know is that this is the NFL. They have great players on their team as well. You can't look at records. I feel like when you get caught up in a record, that's when you get lackadaisical and you don't go out there and play the best ball that you could play. So one thing we know about them is that they're a tough, gritty team. And a lot of the games that they lost this year have been close games. It's not like this team is just constantly getting blown out. They're gonna fight and they're gonna fight to the finish. So, the record. So Coach Nagy just really been preaching to us that the record don't matter. We got to go out there, we got to take care of business, we got to start fast, and we got to finish strong.
Larry Mayer.
Hey, Bilal, would you agree that you're playing the best football right now of your career? And if so, what do you think accounts for that?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I'm playing the best football in my career right now. I feel like just lately I've been super locked in. Like I've been locked in all season, but I've been able to really like hit a groove right now, and I feel like everything's kind of coming together. And I feel like it all starts in the way I practice. I try to come out here each week, practice as hard as I possibly can. Don't matter who we playing. It don't matter how many plays I think I'll get. It don't matter if I'm playing end or nose. Wherever I'm at, I'm going to practice as hard as I possibly can. And I feel like it's just all translating over to Sundays on the field.
Zach Pearson.
Hey, Bilal, over the past couple of years, you've played alongside Akeem Hicks and Eddie Goldman, and a little bit last year with Brent Urban, but this year it's been mainly Brent Urban and Mario Edwards. What have you learned from them, and what's it like playing alongside those veterans?
Oh, well, those guys are great players as well. Brent, real stout in the run game. Long guy, powerful guy, and he really makes his hay in the run game. And Mario Edwards, very dynamic guy. Guy can get after the quarterback in numerous ways. Very athletic, very gifted. So just being able to play with both of them has allowed me to pick up some of the things that they do and kind of put it in my tool shed a little bit. Which is why we've been successful this year as a D line because you have guys like that all across the board that can come in and provide different things and add value to the team.
Chris Emma.
Bilal, we get to see the production, the sacks, and what you bring to the defense, but we don't get to see kind of the stuff you do behind the scenes to have this kind of success. How would you describe your work and what you've done to reach this point in your career where, like you said before, you're having this type of season?
Bro, pretty much my whole life has been like an underdog type thing. I've never been the highest recruited guy, never had the most offers, never been a guy really looked at to be that guy. And and that burnt me, and that added a lot of fire into me, and it just made me want to outwork everybody. I always told myself like, if a guy was better than me, it was just going to be because he was more talented, not because he outworked me. And that's kind of the mindset I live by. And this offseason, I just grinded. I didn't have the year I wanted to have last year, dealt with injuries. So I just grinded. And I kept my head down and I went, no matter the circumstances, whether it was a pandemic or whatever, I was going to find a way to make things happen. And, I think all that, comes in, and that's really the reason why I'm able to play at a high level right now. I didn't cheat the grind. I didn't cheat myself in the off season. And I think it's starting to show.
2 more for Bilal. Dan Wiederer.
Bilal, as an extension of that, Akeem talked a couple of weeks ago about how you were so receptive to learning and receptive to taking pointers from the first day you got here. Can you recall sort of that mindset in your earliest weeks and how much you think that has sort of continued to help you now?
Yeah, I've always been eager to learn. When you got guys, when you coming into a building with so many great defensive players, I feel like you'll be a fool if you weren't eager to learn from them and take things from them. So first day I came in here, I was eager. I told myself whenever I did drills, I was going to work with Akeem, like straight up. He was a guy that was, I wanted to have a career just like his. Dominant guy, respected in the league, all pro player, all pro caliber. And I told myself, every day I'm going to work with him. I'm going to find a way to work with him some way, somehow. And still to this day, I still work with him every single day. Nothing about me has changed. And I think, once he's seen that, I gained a lot of respect from him. It's just staying on top of those things. I mean, that's just how I am. So that's never going to change. And I'm gonna always be receptive. Even, God willing, I make it to my 8th, 9th year in the league, I'm still going to be eager to learn and figure out how I can get better.
Last one, JJ.
Well, kind of going off of that, what do you admire about Akeem's ability to play such a high volume in a game? And is that something?
Yeah, first of all, did he break up or is it we good? Well, to answer the first part of the question, first of all, Akeem is a dynamic player. I feel like he's very taken, like a lot of people take him for granted. A guy at his size, able to move the way he does and able to be an impact and play as much as he does and still continue to play at a high level is amazing. Me and him talk all the time, and I told him, I'm like, bro, like the ability you have to be able to still be so impactful late in the games, playing the snap count that you play, in your 9th year in the league, that's impressive. And I feel like he doesn't get enough credit. He's one of those guys who's, in my opinion, always been under the radar in the eyes of everybody, which I don't understand because he's the most dominant player in this league to me. So, it's just one of those things where, I think he's very, he's taken for granted in that aspect. And then even on his leadership, I feel like people don't appreciate that enough. He was very willing to take me under his wing, which is, very rare. You don't find guys very willing to take, a young guy under their wing like that. 5th round draft pick from a small school. He's a very underrated guy and he doesn't get enough credit.
Thanks for your time this morning, Bilal.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Next up, media, we're gonna have Allen Robinson.
It's so impossible.
Hey, good morning, Alan.
Yo, good morning.
Media, we have Allen Robinson with us, and we can get underway. First up, John Dietz.
Hey, Alan, I got a question about David Montgomery. Just Coach Nagy was talking about how he's grown as a leader, maybe more in his actions, but have you seen some things behind the scenes as far as what he's done, to grow as a leader, and how have you seen him, just grow as a running back this year overall?
Yeah, well, I mean, David's been the same guy since day one. He's a guy who brings it every day, high energy, everything, practices hard, things like that. But it's tough to say as a running back. I just know, for him, I mean, he comes to work each and every day, and I think that as a player in this league, when you continue to have consistency with that, when you continue to find consistency with yourself, that's when you continue to start stacking games together and things like that. And he's doing that right now, and he's playing at a very high level.
Pat Finley.
Hey, Alan, and, I'm curious, have you seen Mitch be more assertive this year? And if so, kind of in what situations?
Again, that's tough to say. I think for us, everybody's growing, especially with guys that we had here last year. This is another year for us together as a unit, playing together for a lot of guys across the board, like myself, David, Mitchell, JP, to guys up front, So again, I mean, I would say so. But again, I think that's just natural with, as you kind of progress into the league and things like that.
Kevin Fishbane.
Hey, Alan. Obviously it's different, with the pandemic and everything, a road game, but going back to Jacksonville, a lot of different guys, but any significance to going back there?
I wouldn't say significance. I'm excited for sure. But, I wouldn't say anything significant at all.
What do you kind of take when you look back at those years and you reflect on what it meant for you as a player? What do you kind of take away from that?
Yeah, I think it helped me grow as a player a lot. Again, I think I went through just some adversity. I won't say a lot of adversity, but going through some adversity as a young player in the league, I think it helped mold to who I am today. How I approach things and how I'm able to find consistency within myself and to be able to keep myself playing at a high level and also try to help the others around me, kind of bring up the level of play.
Chris Emma.
Alan, following up on your what you said about David Montgomery, we've heard so many of your teammates speak so highly about him as the person and the individual that he's been with you guys. What creates that kind of respect with veteran teammates to a young player like that?
Definitely, I think the first things first is the work ethic. I think when guys come out there to work each and every day and continue to try to get better, I think that that's noticeable across the board. Again, I think that the biggest thing in the league is, you're gonna get out what you put in. So if you take this thing serious, again, each and every day, you come to work, you try to continue to get better and you want to get better, you start to find success. I think that guys definitely notice that, and they notice that early on for guys when they first come into the league.
Dan Wiederer.
Alan, the opportunity to reach the postseason is still out there for you. There's 2 games left. I'm curious what excites you about the opportunity is these last 2 weeks, and what gives you confidence in this group's readiness to kind of take on these next 10 days the way they should?
Yeah, I think I've said it since day one. In this league, you want to be playing meaningful football right now. And I think that's the opportunity that we have in front of us. I think that there's not too many teams right now across the board that still have an opportunity to put themselves in a position to be able to play, in January. So for us, we had the opportunity, and I think for us, no matter what has happened this season, I think in the locker room, guys have held their composure. Guys have tried to get better. Guys have tried to do everything necessary to be able to put ourselves in this position and to continue to want to get better. I think that we understand the position that we're in. We had lost 6 in a row. Then we come back and win a couple games. So for us, we still kind of have that feeling, where again, I mean, we know how it feels to lose 6 in a row. And we also know how it feels to, play together, play cohesive football, everybody pick up their level of play, play complementary football as well. So again, I mean, we have that feeling, and we know what we're capable of.
Mike Berman.
Alan, how would you describe the way the offense is functioning and clicking right now? How's it feeling?
Efficient. I think efficiency again on first and second down. I think that's one of the biggest things that I've noticed over the past couple of weeks is that we're able to get into some second and shorts. We're able to create first downs on first down. And I think that's huge for us. We're not getting into as many third down situations. We're able to get some chunk plays as well on first and second down. So again, I think across the board now we're playing well in all facets and all phases of football. We're capitalizing on opportunity in the red zone. Even as far as small things as when we do get the ball, if we have to punt, like last game, I think we started to drive at like the 35-yard line, the 40-yard line. So even having a punt on that drive, we're able to help our defense out and pin the opposing offense back. So I think to all facets of football right now on the offensive side, we've picked up our level of play and we're playing well at this point.
Is there a different feeling now when you guys walk onto the field and get in the huddle versus earlier in the year in terms of the confidence you guys have that you're going to take the ball and potentially find the end zone?
Oh yeah, I would say somewhat. I think that when you play a lot of football in this league, again, that's the confidence that you have to have, on each and every possession and each and every down. So I wouldn't say that we got away from the confidence too much. Again, I don't think that it all was we weren't playing our best football. So I think right now, we are playing our best football and we're executing extremely well.
Couple more for Alan. Mark Grody.
Alan, is this the best or most comfortable you've ever seen Mitchell Trubisky as a quarterback for the Bears?
Again, that's tough to say. I think he's playing very good football right now. As far as his comfort level and confidence level, you'll have to ask him. But I think just from being his teammate, again, he's playing extremely well. Again, like I said before, he's making a lot of throws. He's keeping us ahead of the chains. We're getting first downs on first down. We're creating explosives. So right now we're playing well. We got to just continue to stay at this rate and continue to stay locked in and focus in on the efficiency that we've had over the past couple of weeks.
JJ.
Hey, Alan, I want to ask you about in 2016 when you were in Jacksonville. You guys were on a 9-game losing streak going into Week 16 against a team in Tennessee that was shooting to make the playoffs. Wound up winning that game by 21 points, and I think you had 140-something yards. Being on the other side of that, now that you kind of are here in Chicago, do you relay any messages that you remember from that game and just how you prepared for that game to your teammates about, hey, about taking a team like the Jaguars seriously in this game?
Yeah, again, each and every week in this league, we take teams serious. So when it comes to that, again, I don't try to speak too much on, hindsight and things like that. At the end of the day, we know that it's a team that's gonna come in, it's gonna come out and play hard. They play hard and physical. You can obviously tell that on tape. They have a lot of guys who love to play the game clearly. So right now for us, it's just focusing on how can we, be able to be efficient, play well, play complementary football, play our style of play. That's the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter about, that we got to make sure that we come out and play hard. Right now we're fighting to get into the playoffs. So, we gotta take each game, and play as hard as we can. I think everybody knows that.
Last one, Pat.
Alan, what would the playoffs mean to you personally? You've played in one playoff game in your career. And also, I'm sure you hear this from fans or on social media, it's the 7th spot, it's created this year, maybe trying to denigrate a playoff spot, but I imagine it would mean something pretty special to you.
Yeah, for sure. Always get into the playoffs. Like I said before, anybody in the league, when you start at the beginning of the season, you want to be able to say that you're playing meaningful football when it comes to December, again, which we have a chance to do. So always get into the playoffs. That's the first step. Again, for us, the first step obviously is trying to win a division, which we weren't able to do this year. But at the end of the day, our next goal is obviously getting to the playoffs, to have a shot at competing for the Super Bowl. So again, right now, that's our main focus, but still taking it one week at a time. Again, we have an opponent coming up that plays hard and physical. So again, I think everybody knows that. So I like where we're at as a team. I like where we're at mentally as a team.
Thanks for your time, Alan.
Appreciate it.
All right, media, we're joined by Mitchell Trubisky, and we can get underway. Hey, Mitch.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Good. First up, Mark Grody. Go ahead.
Here I am. Hold on a second. Let me start my video. There we go. Mitch, just wanted to know, is this the most comfortable that you have felt as quarterback of the Chicago Bears, the way things have been going lately?
Yeah, I do. I feel very comfortable right now. I think we keep getting better each week as an offense, which is important. We're gaining confidence as a unit. And right now we're just executing at a high rate, which obviously helps consistency across the board, and we've been efficient. So I definitely feel comfortable, and I'm very confident with just where we're at mindset with the guys and how we're handling each week.
JJ.
Mitch, when you look at this game coming up and, Jacksonville having just that one win, you've now been in the NFL for a couple of years. I'm sure it's, any given Sunday, all that stuff. But what has been your message to your teammates about just, pushing forward, not taking the Jaguars lightly this week?
Yeah, for sure. And we know that anybody can beat anybody on any Sunday. So my goal for this week, again, is just to have a great week of practice, improve on offense, defense, and special teams across the board, and make sure we're getting better as a whole team, and then go out there and put it all on the line on Sunday, because at this point we need everyone anyway. So it doesn't matter who we're playing or what the other team's record is. We got to show up, play our game, and play really well and take care of business. So that's the mindset, and everyone's on board with that.
Mark Potash.
Hey, Mitch, kind of going off of that, have you ever been in a situation where you've not been able to, where you've kind of fallen for that, thinking a team is easy to beat and not taking that advice? And have you ever learned the hard way about that, ignoring a team's bad record?
I can't think of any specific situation. So I don't know that if I could point that out, but I just know that you can't take anybody lightly, especially in this league, the time I've been in. It doesn't matter. Every game is close on Sunday, and anybody can win any given time. So the team who goes out there is the most desperate, is playing fast. That's what we're preaching over here, and just go out because we got to win every single game. So we can't have any lapses. We can't go out there lackadaisical or anything like that. We just got to go out there, play our game, make sure we're getting better than from the week before, and go out there and take care of business.
Thank you.
Pat Finley.
Mitch, I know you're taking it one game at a time, but what would the playoffs do in terms of justifying whether or not your season was a success?
That's everyone's goal, to obviously get into the playoffs, get into the dance per se, and just go out there and compete. But to answer your question, you don't want me to, we are taking it 1 week at a time, trying to go 1-0. But obviously everybody's shooting to make the playoffs. So that is the end goal, but we know how we get there is taking it 1 week at a time, being focused. And obviously that's what we're playing for. That's really important, but we know it's one step at a time, and being focused on the task at hand.
Dan Wiederer.
Mitch, when you went back and reviewed Sunday and you noticed that you guys only had, I think, 2 negative runs. There was one penalty, which was questionable at best with the delay call. When you see how little you guys did to back up at any point, what did it feel like? What did it tell you about how efficient the offense was Sunday?
Very efficient. We just got a lot of momentum right now, and it all starts with the way we're practicing. And it really starts with our mindset up front, how these guys are attacking practice, our tempo in and out of the huddle. We've been putting together some really good practices, and it's showing on game day. We're just going out there playing clean. We're playing smart. We're taking care of the football, and we're not making mistakes as far as penalty goes. So that's something we're preaching, just to play disciplined football. And when 11 guys are playing as one, we're having a lot of efficient runs. We're having more explosive runs. And sometimes, even more importantly, we're eliminating those negative runs. So we definitely want to keep eliminating penalties and those negative runs and just keep going forward so we can stay efficient. So I think we just got really good momentum right now. And I think a lot of the guys realize it's because of the focus and intensity in practice that we're having.
Steve Leventhal.
Yeah, hi, Mitch. All season long, especially of late, coach has been talking about this team finding its identity. What, in your view, is this team's identity?
I would say, I don't know if you could characterize it necessarily, but I think you could see we're balanced, a little more under center, and then we're doing well with the play actions and movements right now, and the outside zone run, and then I would say just overall our tempo in and out of the huddle has been helping us. So we're finding an identity a little bit. We're catching on to it, but like I said before, it really all starts in practice. Just our intensity and focus, and the way we're just going through our plays, and everyone being locked in on the same page. And it's 11 guys playing as one, and that's the most important thing at this point. When you have that, and you have guys who believe in the system and what they're doing, then you're able to go out there and do it well.
Cam Ellis.
Mitch, it seemed like, in the last 2 or 3 weeks, your hard count has been a really, efficient weapon for you. Why do you feel that is? And maybe more broadly, what is it about hard counts that some quarterbacks are better than others at?
A lot of times I think it's practice. And then I think just overall, we're dictating the tempo out of the huddle. So we have a lot of these plays where we're getting the ball off pretty quick or going no huddle, and the defense has to respect that and get set and show us their hand, whether it be rotation or showing a blitz, or really get set in the defense. And when it's not there and we are on a hard count, but we're still making them get set, you're able to either draw off guys off sides or really see what kind of set that the defense is in and what kind of look they're trying to give. So I think our tempo in and out of the huddle and how we're changing it and going fast and sometimes going slow to mixing up just to keep them off balance, it gives us the advantage there.
Jason Leisure.
Mitch, going back even to the offseason, you've sounded a little different this year. You've sounded a little more assertive and emboldened. What changed for you when you saw the team decline your option, trade for Foles, and you see that you're on your own to make your career happen at this point?
Yeah, I would say I just want to control my own destiny. I'm controlling what I can control at this point. And I'm just trying to take control of my career and put it in the direction that I want it to go. And sometimes you got to be a little more assertive and speak up for what you want to happen, for what you believe in, and just go out there and continue to put the team first like I have. So just continue to work hard, try to perfect my craft, keep getting better each and every day. But there's just a little switch that flipped in the beginning where I just had to get that edge a little bit to where I got to take control of my own destiny at this point.
Two more for Mitch. Mike Berman.
Mitch, how would you describe the feeling you guys have when you're taking the field as an offense and getting in the huddle? What is what's the vibe like in that huddle as you guys think about what's ahead, trying to go down the field and score right now for you guys?
I would say it is a combination of focused and excited. So just guys are excited to be out on the field. We're excited to have the football. And there's just like a strong, quiet confidence about us that all 11 guys in the huddle are going to get the job done. And we just have a lot of trust that we can go down, move the ball and score and create points for this offense right now. So I would say confident is a good word to put it. Just an overall belief, and guys are excited to be on the field together to go down and score.
Last one, Dan.
Mitch, after all the ups and downs and roller coaster twists in this entire year, it really sets up to be 11 days here that are very pivotal for this team. What are your indicators for this group's readiness to attack this today and the next 10 days the way they need to?
Yeah, I would say just continue to monitor the focus at practice, especially with this being a holiday week, which is important to celebrate and be with our families as much as we can, and just to continue to keep that perspective about what this week means and how important it is, but also that when we're here, we're getting in our work and we're taking care of business. We're going out there with a focused mentality, and we're efficient in and out, and guys are locked in, ready to go. And then we do that one day at a time and go out there on Sunday and give everything we got. And then we start the week over again to do that. But it's definitely monitoring that focus and intensity at practice each day and making sure guys are locked in from here on out.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Mitch. All right, guys, we're going to have Khalil Mack coming up here. Hey, Khalil, how you doing?
Okay, how y'all doing?
Good. Media, we have Khalil Mack with us, and we can get underway. First up, Pat Finley.
Hey, Khalil, you've strung together a couple of really good games here. What is there a difference? Has there been a difference for you? Do you feel better physically? What's the difference between the last couple of games and maybe the few before that?
Just everybody playing on one accord. But at the same time, it's a lot of plays left out there. So it's a lot of stuff we're looking forward to getting better at this week.
Dan Wiederer.
Khalil, with an opportunity here in the next 11 days, be a factor and potentially get in the playoffs, what gives you confidence in this group's readiness to take a swing at this?
Just understanding the guys in the locker room, man, what this means to us, what this game means to us, just understanding the opportunity that we have and not wanting to waste this opportunity because time is not on our side. You know what I'm saying? We've given up those 6 weeks of losing, and so it's just time to make up for that time that we lost. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. What more to look forward to than Jacksonville this Sunday, you know what I'm saying?
Chris Emma.
Khalil, what do you admire about Bilal Nichols and the way that he works and kind of his rise up to this point?
One thing about Bilal, man, that I admire the most, not only, you know what I'm saying, him as a person, but just his willingness to listen, you know what I'm saying, and take those, you know what I'm saying, those small little critiques that you tell him and use them to his advantage. And he's one of those guys, he listens and he works at it. And that's all you can really ask for from a young guy like that. You know what I'm saying? You see the reaping of those benefits of him listening and putting the work in. And it's a special thing to see, you know what I mean?
Kevin Fishbane.
Hey, Khalil, I know Roquan didn't get the Pro Bowl nod, but what have you seen from him this season?
I mean, that's beyond, that's crazy. That, you know what I'm saying, he didn't receive that honor because he definitely deserves it. I wish I could give him, you know what I'm saying, my bid. But at the end of the day, Roquan, man, he's a special player and a special person. Not only is he doing his job, but he's helping everybody do theirs by communicating and just seeing the growth as a player, you know what I'm saying, on the field and communication, you know what I'm saying, and putting us in the right places and just getting calls out that, you know what I mean, that it's special to see, man. You know, it's crazy, but just understanding that he's having a hell of a year is enough, you know what I'm saying. I already know he knows, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with that situation, but just understanding what's at hand and getting to the playoffs is I feel like that'll be more important to him, especially to me. You know what I'm saying? So just looking forward to getting these next two, but more importantly, this next one.
Cam Ellis.
Khalil, it seemed like opposing defenses have had trouble with Mitch's hard count the last 2 or 3 weeks. As someone who's lined up against him in practice a bunch, what makes his hard count so effective?
I can't really tell you. Just understanding what it is, situational football. He does a good job with his voice inflection and all those different things, but just understanding what's at stake and understanding how, you know what I mean, how the tempo of the game goes, how the momentum changes. All of that kind of affects the hard count. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes all quarterbacks good at it in those particular situations, understanding what it is and what, you know what I mean, what the defense is thinking, and they want to get off on the ball. It's all those different things, and so it's just, yeah, I can't really put a like, you know what I'm saying, can't put my finger on it, but it's it's him and what he does.
Couple more for Khalil. Pat, go ahead.
Khalil, could you put your finger on what went wrong with the defense, like in the Lions game, and what makes you think things will get?
He said, "Can you put your finger on?" What about it? What about what you want me to put my finger on again?
I'll rephrase. Could you figure? Do you know what went wrong with the defense against the Lions game? And,
the Lions?
Yeah, it was 3 weeks ago. We don't talk to you very often. I got to ask these questions.
Yeah. It's a lot of different things. Just understanding the type of quarterback Matthew Stafford is. His ability to get the ball out and get it out quickly and in the right positions to give the receivers room to get yards after the catch. That made that effective. And so just understanding that. And yeah, I can't give up too much, but yeah, I just put that out there. They did a hell of a job getting the ball out. He did a hell of a job getting the ball out, getting it out quick.
What makes you confident that the defense can be the best version of itself the next 2 weeks?
The guys in the room, the guys on the field, the guys on the defensive side of the ball, man, just answering the bell and answering the challenges that we've been facing all year. This is no different, you know what I'm saying? We don't take this game lightly, you know what I'm saying? We don't take you know what I'm saying? Whether it's, I don't know who's going to be the quarterback for these guys, or whether it's Minshew or anybody else. Just understanding that we have to be ready to play our best football, you know what I'm saying? And it's the most important game because it's the next game. I feel like that's the best way to put that.
Last one here. Dan, go ahead.
Leo, quick two-parter here. Number one, at this stage of your career, what does being selected to the Pro Bowl mean to you individually? And then totally unrelated, how would you describe Brent Urban and the energy he brings to you guys?
Man, yeah, two different combos. Okay. One, the first question, obviously I'm honored, you know what I'm saying? It's a hell of an accomplishment, you know what I mean? Being recognized by not only fans, but the guys you play against in this league. And so, and coaches, you know what I'm saying? It's a hell of an honor, man. It's something that I don't take lightly, you know what I mean? But at the same token, like you said, Brent Urban, you know what I'm saying? Another guy, you know what I'm saying, that comes in and does his job, you know what I'm saying? And he does it effectively when he's in the game. You know what I'm saying? There's some, yeah, it was one of those, Brent is one of those guys, man, that he comes in with a lot of energy and he puts it on the, you know what I mean? He puts it on film as well, you know, just understanding how long he is and how, you know what I'm saying, how much experience he has. He knows what position to be in. He knows how to make the plays that he makes, and I'm happy to have him.
Feels like he's a loose guy, a guy who keeps you guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he keeps it going, man. He keeps the energy flowing, man, and that's all you can ask for from a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like Brent, man, he's a infectious energy guy, and he keeps that inside group, you know what I'm saying, lively, man, and hyped up, and so I love it. I love to see it.
Thank you, Khalil.
Thanks, Khalil.